Don in London, hello. It's January the 18th, 2010. My video is all about recovery from addiction to either substance or behaviour. My addictive substance over the years, alcohol. My behaviour could be just as addictive. Work, relationships, collecting, trying to fill a gap inside, and never knowing quite who I was or what I was becoming. And after 35 years of intensive research, drinking, from a place where it started off as convivial, it took the edge off me, took the edge off my fears, and enabled me to drop my guard, if you like, and try and let whoever I thought I was out. It went to dependency in drinking, and then into addiction drinking. And all the way along, I guess I had a feeling of being less than others, not quite right with myself or the world, and doing my utmost to fit in and to be perfect, and realizing these days that perfection is not actually the destination we're looking for. What we're looking for is to make best life choices in the day with the life we have. So letting go feelings of wishful thinking or feeling, wishing it one way and it's not, and hoping it's going to be another way and it's not. It's dealing with life on life's terms. And how on earth do we get to a place of addiction where we cannot stop doing something which is killing us, absolutely killing us, emotionally, spiritually and physically, to a place where we find recovery and living life one day at a time? Well, for me it wasn't an easy journey, and no amount of help along the way seemed to make the difference. I just couldn't stop. So I started in a place of ignorance with my drinking. I thought taking the edge off was what everybody else did, but I never really understood that I was taking the absolute edge off me as a human being. That was, I wasn't dealing with my emotions or feelings on a daily basis. I wasn't dealing with what life was doing to me on a daily basis. I was just doing life as I thought I ought to do. So very much wanting to fit in and be a part of, to be included, to be loved, loved back, and do something useful, to look right on the outside, even if there was turmoil inside. And these days it's good to know that whatever is going on, be it turmoil or serenity, I can share it in a place where it's safe. So many people help me, family, friends, professionals, keep alive long enough to get that moment of clarity where I said, I cannot do this anymore. I cannot keep on doing this anymore, and how worse can it get? And how many more days do I have to wake up feeling like I just don't want to wake up anymore? Well, I got to a place where I realised I couldn't do it on my own, no matter what. Self-will had run riot. Self-will had let me down. Self-will was of no use when it came to sorting out addiction. And for me it was alcohol. It could have been anything else. And it turned out to be behaviour as well. Work, relationships, as I said. So these days, what keeps me in a place of understanding life a little bit better on a daily basis is putting sobriety first. And what's helped me do that? Alcoholics Anonymous. And the gift of AA, or Alcoholics Anonymous, we are unique, authentic people. We remain unique, authentic people. We deal with this one similarity we've got, which is addiction. And we realise we're not special and different, and the world is not tormenting us because of something we have done. We are tormenting ourselves if we keep on going back to drink. And the first step I needed to learn was that I was powerless over alcohol, and life had become unmanageable. And that was a very, very difficult road. It took 35 years to get there, and even then, ignorance along the way, then denial that self-will was letting me down. And even in recovery, we can go back to denial of life as it is, because it's just unpalatable. But we have a better chance of seeing life as it is, without a drink inside us, and by following 12 simple steps of changing our attitude and behaviour. And 12 steps sounds like a lot, but if we learn gradually and gently how to live life, and always know that step 1 of the action program is I am powerless over alcohol and life is unmanageable if I drink, then I have a fighting chance, or rather a living opportunity to put the basics in place to live life without drinking and see where it goes from there. So I share about what AA is and share the statement of intent, and then a bit about literature and what's going on in my life. So first of all, the AA statement of intent. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution, does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. Simple as that. It's a fellowship of helping each other, self-healing through fellowship. And I went to a meeting last night, and it was good to see someone I haven't seen for quite a while share their experience, strength and hope. And when we're in a meeting, we're looking to identify with the similarities and not the differences between people. So we have this one similarity, not drinking on a daily basis. But then we hear the wisdom of another person sharing their story of how life has been from the past into the present, how recovery works on a daily basis now. And it was just good to hear somebody finding out how they feel life on a daily basis, how they have a connection to the truth of now, which is spiritual, and physically, well, for them they're a stone lighter. I don't know if I can actually say that is true of me. I haven't checked my weight recently compared to what it used to be. But the gift is, we learn how to live one day at a time and make use of the time we have available and do our unique, authentic living, our living path, knowing that if we have a problem, it's not a reversion back to drink to try and solve it. And in the daily reflections today, January, there's 12 months in this, one page a day. January, all about step one, all about powerlessness over alcohol, and life is unmanageable if we drink again. And it says here for January the 18th, would a drink help? By going back in our own drinking histories, we could show that years before we realised it, we were out of control. Our drinking even then was no mere habit, that it was indeed the beginning of a fatal progression. And it's only in hindsight I can see it now. You know, I hung out with drinkers, and heavy drinkers, and people who like to party. When I was still drinking, I couldn't respond to any of life's situations the way other, more healthy people could. The smallest incident triggered a state of mind that believed I had to have a drink to numb my feelings, take the edge off. But the numbing did not improve the situation, so I sought further escape in the bottle. Today I must be aware of my alcoholism. I cannot afford to believe that I have gained control of my drinking, or again I will think I have gained control of my life. Such a feeling of control is fatal to my recovery. And this idea that we're in control, you know, as if the world was there for us to control, makes us forget that we have an equal right to be here, no bigger, no smaller than anybody else is. And it's about how we live in society, be a part of. It's about, yes, we are competitive if we are competing for jobs and anything like that. I'm probably competing against a whole raft of things as well. But it's how we conduct ourselves, and it is knowing that we have the opportunity, the choices to be in society, and that we don't need to take the edge off when it goes wrong or where it's going right. We can experience our feelings as they are, as they gain their right proportion in relation to what is going on. So the gift for me in all of this is acceptance of how life is today, and whether we believe in God or not. There is a serenity prayer, which is a meditation to God, good conscience, or a power greater than me, which is often just the truth of now, the truth of how life is today. And it is this: God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference, for me, is just for today.